2021 at 8:30 in the Grand Courtroom via Zoom with 3 members present. The normal process on the agenda item is for the chairperson to read the item from the agenda. The board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and/or place a motion on the floor. There will not be an opportunity for public comment during this special session meeting. Roll call, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosson,
Yes.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. James, Zoom is way behind.
That's the YouTube live stream.
Okay.
Zoom is up to date.
Okay.
All right. Item 1 on our agenda this morning is approval or amendment of the agenda. I'll entertain motions, please.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to approve the agenda as printed. Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as printed. Any discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosson,
Yes.
Item 2 on our agenda this morning is the sheriff's resignation. Sheriff Hoffman submitted his resignation effective Monday, March 8th at 2021 at 5 p.m. I'll entertain motions on this item, please.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to accept the resignation of Sheriff Hoffman.
I would second.
We have a motion and a second to accept his resignation. Discussion. Before I'd like to make a comment, I would like to thank Steve Hoffman for his years of service to Marshall County. Congratulate him on his new position with Polk County. It's a tremendous opportunity for him. Couldn't be happier for him.
Dave, I feel the same way. This is a good deal for Steve. Just money-wise and IPERS wise towards working up towards the end of the career. I think this is a good thing for him. I appreciated him numerous times. He was up in my section. There were some bad guys from Hardin County down messing around, and they come up and pursued them, and I appreciated that. And so I just made a few calls on the phone, and there they were. And no, I appreciate that, and we hope that Steve enjoys working in Polk County. It's a good move for him.
I wish him much success in his. I would assume that this would be his final position that he'll have before retirement. So I would think
It's a wonderful
it's
opportunity.
a good opportunity. Absolutely.
Any other comments or discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosson,
Yes.
Item 3 in our agenda this morning is the procedure to fill the vacancy of sheriff. This is a plan for replacement pending board accepting resignation of the sheriff. I'd like the auditor, Nan Benson, to please explain the steps that we'll be taking in the timeline.
The appointment, if you're going to go the appointment route, it needs to be done within 40 days of the vacancy. And the person does need to be a peace officer or the ability to become a peace officer within 12 months. They need to have lived in Marshall County for the past 6 months. There's also, if we appoint, there's some timelines if the citizens want us to go to an election instead, or if at any point you all decide we want to go to an election, you can just authorize that. But if the patrons want that, we'd need 10% of our last general. So we'd need 1,828 signatures to do that. That petition needs to be within 14 days of notice of appointment. So we're going to need to get a notice of appointment out if that's your route you're taking, or they need to file that petition within 15 days of the appointment. If they do go that route, the whatever party they're with would also need a convention. to get that person on a special ballot. So there's a lot to do if we go the election route.
I know we don't have it on our agenda this morning, but I believe that our intent, all three of us, is to go through the appointment process. Do we need to make that a formal vote and motion? Or just voice our?
I think you
express
voice
our
what you
opinion?
want, the direction we want to go. And we can start that process now. If at any point in the process you change your mind, that can be changed.
Do we have an application form that we can make available?
That is on our website currently.
That's on the website already?
Yes.
Okay.
We've got kind of, Jeannie's worked on kind of a job posting for this, which I've put in front of you. We've asked it to be, resume, cover letter, and Marshall County application. Is on the back side of this, and be emailed to bos@marshallcountyia.gov. So it'll go to all three of you. In person, of course, they can drop it off at the bank or they can mail it in. So we've got all three methods.
This is the same process we did with you.
This is the same, and really the timing is really similar with me as well. So if we do go the appointment route, the individual would need to run on the 2022. They can't run this November because that's a city school. So they would run on the 2022 ballot for a 2-year term to fill the remainder. And then if they run again, that would be in 2024, and that would be for a 4-year. So that's just what I completed this last November. I'm now on for 4.
I understand we have 40 days to make the decision. How long are we required to keep the posting open on our website to take applications?
We really, I would really want it up there for 10 days. You can start interviewing prior to that, but that's for the military side of things, to make sure we're being fair. It needs to be up for 10 days.
Okay.
So, but if we can get it up today and the clock starts ticking.
Thoughts?
I guess I'm open to all this. I think this is what we want to do. It's what I want to do.
Proceed with the appointment?
Yes.
Yes, I think that's the quickest way. It gives us an opportunity. Those who are interested can fill out the application and come and be interviewed. That just gets everybody on the same step.
We also probably want to do an official press release regarding Sheriff Hoffman's resignation, and we can put up a link to this so that they can find this posting and know that we're proceeding with the appointment process. That would kind of maybe get it out there in the public a little more too.
I would do that, and in the press release, I think we should also give them this job announcement and what the expectations are.
I don't want to
from the
put all
posting.
that in. I'm being cheap.
Well, on a press release,
We'll see. Either that or we can give them a link
yeah,
to get to this so they can see the requirements.
okay. All right, I also agree. I would like to start the appointment process.
Okay.
So I think we heard that from all three supervisors.
Yeah, I think all three of you, you've all got the job announcement in front of you. If you could read through that and let us know of anything you would personally like changed. That would be, otherwise I'm thinking we'll try to get it up at noontime over at the bank. So the posting starts today.
I've read this over several times and I agree with everything that's in it and can't think of anything to add.
Okay, so if anybody hasn't read it, please read it before noontime, and Jeannie and I will get it up on the board at the bank. And then get it on the website and all that good stuff too, but
Anything else?
Will this require action of the board at the next meeting to formally proceed with the appointment process?
We'll have to wait the 10 days to accept applications. And at that point, I would imagine we can start setting up a timeline for interviews that would be, convenient for all parties involved.
Yeah, I just meant that since you're not making a decision, but you're authorizing staff to go ahead and do the appointment, does that legally require the formal motion at the next meeting, since we didn't have it on the
We
agenda.
can do that just to.
As a
just to
formality.
tie the ends up. Okay.
Yeah, could you add that to the next?
I will do that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And I'm going to forward you the rules here that I read through rather quickly, Sherry, so you've got that for the minutes.
Okay. If there's nothing else, we'll go on to item 4 on our agenda this morning. This is adjournment. The next regular session is March 16th, 2021 at 9:05 a.m. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the county auditor and recorder's office or the Board of Supervisors office by Wednesday, March 10th, 2021 at 12 p.m. There being no further business to come before the board, this meeting is adjourned at 8:41 a.m.